Skincare that you don't need, but you might want. What's up, everyone? We're back.
Dr. Maxfield.
Dr. Shah, and welcome back to our channel, Dr. Lee, where we talk about all things skincare and dermatology.
These are some of my favorite extraneous, extravagant items. Do you need them? Do you want them? Should you use them? We'll look at all of these luxurious special skincare items today.
You may have seen these online. They may have gone viral. You may have wondered to yourself, is that something that I need in my routine? Today, we're going to be going through all of these different things we've seen online. Here we go.
Here we go. So the whole discussion really starts off on what skincare do you need? And that's like questionable to begin with. I think as dermatologists, and we've always been proponents for the simple skincare routine, what you need is probably very minimalistic. Like, what do you need? Sunscreen, sun protection. What do you need? Maybe tretinoin, but even that's a stretch depending on your goals. So the whole conversation is kind of subjective. These, however, are some items I think that are pretty hot right now, and we'll take a look at what they need. Do we like them? Because even though we may not need it, we might actually want to use it, and you might too.
First up, you've seen it, we're talking about it. This is the Solawave LED wand. I've seen these everywhere. They're very popular. We're going to be talking about whether or not this little thing is even practical.
Right, and the claims on these are multifactorial. So red light therapy, we've talked about this at length. Yes, it's helpful. Microcurrent, that's also been talked about at length. Dr. Shah did a video here. You can take a look at that if you want to dig in. Therapeutic warmth. I mean, yes, radio frequency is like a medical therapeutic tool. Is this warmth the same thing? And then vibrating massage, like I was going to say this is ever wrong. It's probably like sometimes wrong, but it's it's a nice thing to have. Vibrating massage is also a part of this tool.
All right, so far, this thing is doing a few things. So one, it's producing red LED light, and we've done a whole video on LED, and you can go deep dive on the technology behind it, but we'll talk briefly about it. Then it's giving you this vibration effect, like any other vibration device that, I mean, you could literally put your phone on vibrate mode, it's gonna do the same thing. And then it's also producing heat, which is interesting because mostly in skincare, people are looking for things that are producing like a cooling effect due to the fact that it kind of will clamp down on your blood vessels and help with some of the inflammation. So this is actually producing heat, and I can actually feel the heat.
Heat does have a deliberate role. We'll talk about this more when we do talk about radio frequency. It actually can be very nice. The goal with your heat, though, in your skincare, you want it to spare the top layer of the skin and very deliberately heat up some of the deeper layer of the skin. This can actually help with increasing collagen growth and signaling and things like that do make a healthy skin, not barrier, but a healthy skin thickness. Like, they actually help with the aging properties of skin. So that can be legitimate. Whether this is actually duplicating true radio frequency, I'm highly doubtful about that, but I understand the basic concept of what you're going for.
Yeah, this heat is more like just like kind of like a warm pillow, like a warm rice bag type of effect. This isn't like profound heat that's gonna induce collagen production or anything like that. So I don't think that aspect is doing anything. So here's what I think. One, red light we do know is beneficial, especially red light in certain wavelengths, has been shown to activate your fibroblasts and create new collagen production. So red light is really beneficial for anti-aging. Now, from a practicality standpoint, you have this little wand of red versus an LED mask or an LED lamp where you're gonna get red light kind of all over, which is much more efficient, right? If you're trying to get exposed to at least 3 to 10 minutes of red light in that frequency, it's gonna take you a very, very long time to get that much exposure through this little wand. It'll take you pretty much all day. I really don't like this as the way to deliver red light into the skin.
Yep, same. So every time I talk about red light wands, I always say it's like good technology with a bad application. Like, it's just extremely impractical to get 3 to 5 minutes spot by spot by spot for your whole face, and then you kind of miss out on the red light benefits altogether, in my opinion.
But I do have a role for this. So I started thinking about it while I was going through this process. And in the manual, it shows you that you should be using it on the face in like a certain direction, going this way, going that way, right? I actually do think it could be helpful for sort of like those lymphatic drainage to help to depuff in the morning, right? Now, do I think those have permanent benefits to the skin? No. But similar to gua sha, it is gonna help to kind of move fluid and help to depuff at least temporarily. So if you're somebody who wakes up really puffy like me, you could wanna go through these motions that push things along the lymphatics. Now, this has the added benefit of the vibration and red light. So not only are you just using something that's gonna be pushing fluid around, but you're actually maybe having some additional benefits with it. So if you're somebody who does gua sha or anything that is moving lymphatics, even facial massage, this may be a good tool to deliver that. Otherwise, this is a no for me.
I'm a huge fan of effleurage, which is another technique that utilizes that. I I think that's its best application. Also, they talk about activating serums. They have their own serum that goes with it. I'm still not convinced that that's particularly helpful with this technology, but I do like the massage portion of it. So if this is your dedicated massage device, kind of expensive, but God bless, have at it.
Yeah, so I would say with this one, skincare you don't need, probably don't want.
Yeah, I don't want. It's not something I'd go out of my way to purchase, and if it's an investment for you, pass.
If you already have it, keep it, use it.
The next product, I'm actually really excited about this. I was like, we have to do this one. I want to put it on my face. The Patchology Serve Chilled on Ice Hydrogel Firming Mask. The experience sounds great. We were just talking about heat, now we're talking about cooling. I love a nice cooling, therapeutic, this and that thing. And this is gonna serve it for me. I'm excited about it.
All right, so open it up, test it out. Here's my idea with face masks in general. I think that they're part of that treat yourself part of a skincare routine. I always say that. So I don't think that they're harmful in any way, but basically what they do is they soak a mask in a serum, and then you're meant to leave that mask on for maybe 10 minutes or so. Now, is it gonna have any benefits over you just using a dropper to put a serum onto your skin and rubbing it into the skin? I actually don't think it will have any additional benefits beyond that. So other than for having the treat yourself aspect of a routine, this has no additional benefits other than it being a little bit wasteful because now you have to throw this gigantic packet away afterwards. And so I've always not been a huge proponent of them, but I do understand that they can be quite enjoyable.
Subjectively, I think they have a nice experience. I guess I'm in a treat myself mood this morning because I was like, yeah, I want this. It is wasteful, it is what it is. It's all slippery, it's hard to get out. I smelled the bag and its fragrance, and now I'm a little worried. I do have allergies to certain topical things. Oh, I look so young. This is like throwback to beardless me. Oh crap, it may not stick on the beard.
Here you go.
Oh, it's not gonna stick to the facial hair. We might have to forget the bottom half, everybody. Okay, bottom half is out. Oh, I'm missing out on that experience.
This thing is soaked. What is it made out of? It's not like a traditional mask.
I think it's
like
silicone, right?
Polyurethane or something.
Yeah, let's find out. Let's find out what this mask is delivering to my skin as we speak.
All right, so let's talk about what's in this mask. So it says, what's cooler than being cool? Cancel dull, puffy skin by a cooling cocktail of skin smoothing goodness. Packed with age-defying ingredients like bakuchiol, cloudberry oil, and peptides. It's time to bliss out. It's a pretty good copy. How come my team doesn't write copy like this for Remedy?
You just shout out cloudberries by now. Like, the name cloudberry is insane. I want everything cloudberry.
Smells quite good. Glycerin, so some hydration coming in.
I feel it.
Centella asiatica, calming and soothing. Chamomile.
I do like chamomile, but if not,
Bakuchiol, a little bit of urea in it, probably not a meaningful amount. Tripeptide 1, acetyl tetrapeptide 2, copper tripeptide 1, fragrance, limonene, some hyaluronic acid, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, not bad ingredients overall other than the fragrance. How does it feel?
it feels good. If you put this in your fridge before you put it on, which we didn't do, so I'm kind of missing out on that. I could see this being a very nice experiential.
It's covering about 30% of your face.
I got a big face. I'm surprised it's covering my nose.
You leave it on for, what, 10 minutes or so, take it off, and then what would you do with the serum that's on afterwards?
You just rub it on, leave it on. That would be the most functional thing to do.
All right, so where are we gonna rank this?
The only thing is not hugging my face particularly well. Like, it fell off of my beard. But I mean, it's up to you, right? What kind of day do you want? Do you want a luxury spa day? Do you have time to kill? Do you have money to kill? This functionally, I think, can be helpful. It does have ingredients. Again, this might versus a serum. I mean, serum certainly is probably just more practical. But, you know, what day do you want?
So what I would do, and I've seen a lot of people in videos, like they'll do the face mask and then wash their face afterwards. What I would do is I would cleanse, especially if it has a lot of actives like this that could be beneficial to the skin. Use the face mask, kind of rub that serum into the skin after you take the face mask off, and then moisturize afterwards, and then go to sleep so you can get all those added benefits. To me, this is skincare you don't need, but you might like it.
Yeah, I agree. Don't need, could like it.
Connected to the mask, but unrelated to the mask, and maybe something with a little bit more utility, these are the Dieux eye masks. So you've seen these probably on social media before. They're these really cool looking eye masks that are here, and what's interesting about them and why they're related to the face mask is that they have the same sort of benefit. Any type of occlusion does help ingredients to penetrate a little bit better into the skin. So let's say, for example, you go in to get a procedure done at our office and we need to put some topical lidocaine onto the face. Some people will use like cellophane wrap or saran wrap to basically wrap the face so that the lidocaine will penetrate better into the skin. We do know that kind of like wrapping with any type of occlusive can help to increase the penetration of those ingredients because they don't evaporate off the skin otherwise, right? These are reusable eye masks, so they don't come with any type of active in them. But what you could do is you could take your serums, right, that you want to target. Like let's say, for example, you have an eye cream and you want that eye cream to really penetrate into the skin. What you would do is you would take these eye masks and they're reusable, rewashable, and then you can stick them right on, and you could use that to kind of lock in that product into the skin. So boom, they stick pretty well. I don't know if I look cool, if I don't look cool.
Yeah.
So these are reusable. Purchase them a single time, and then any eye cream, any serum that you would want to use with them, you can use to occlude with this. So to me, I actually think is not a bad option. So if you're somebody who does like that treat yourself effect, but you don't like the wastefulness of throwaway masks, but you want the benefits of occlusion, this is actually a pretty good option. Another really good option for like the eye area are the micro needle patches because they help ingredients to penetrate a little bit better. So those patches with the microcones on them, those can be beneficial for delivering ingredients into the skin. But this is definitely treat yourself, definitely skincare you don't need. But this is skincare you might benefit from.
Now, my one caution with this is just, mostly that's because of the location. This is an area that's particularly sensitive. And if you're really wanting to drive ingredients home, you're probably really wanting to emphasize those ingredients on more resistant areas, thicker skin, the body, the feet. Oftentimes in the office, we'll encourage people to occlude their hands and feet to drive active ingredients in because the skin is so thick. So if you're going to include your active ingredients onto this area, I would exercise some caution. I'm usually not your caution person, but today I am. If you have a retinol eye serum you're using, I probably wouldn't occlude it. If you've got some sort of gentle acid or even a vitamin C serum, occluding might be too much for you. So just gauge it, be cautious with that increase in effectiveness for those potentially irritating ingredients.
Definitely. This is where you want to put something hydrating, maybe something peptide, something brightening, maybe even depuffing, something like a caffeine serum. That would be the type of thing that you would want to include underneath here. Last up, we've talked about it before, let's talk about it again, makeup wipes. Is this skincare you need?
It's practical, like there's a reason it exists. So some people might feel like they need it. I'm gonna fall on probably the opposite side of a bandwagon here. I think makeup wipes are over demonized. I think the skin that they work on actually is more resistant than people give it credit for. I don't think they're ideal. I actually am not a proponent for them. I don't think that you need them. I don't think that you should use them given other options. But I don't think they're as bad as maybe they were said to be a few years ago. That's my take. That's my take on the makeup wipe.
So I really hate the experience of a makeup wipe, quite honestly. I don't really care what's in them overall. Now these overall are made for sensitive skin. You know, I don't know what's in these particularly. These ones are from Cetaphil, but even CeraVe has their version of a makeup wipe. What I don't really understand sort of the difference between is like a makeup wipe and micellar water soaked in a cotton pad that you're kind of like rubbing over the face. You're gonna get that same friction. So the argument with makeup wipes and why a lot of people say that they're not good for the skin and why we've said maybe in the past that they're not good for the skin is usually that sort of friction effect, especially around the eyes, because people that are prone to having dark circles, especially hereditary dark circles, or people with really sensitive skin around the eyes, any type of friction or irritation, anything that's gonna kind of remove that top layer of the skin or irritate the skin is going to cause problems with your under eye area and potentially lead to worsening dark circles. I truly believe that. And I do find that I've actually seen people who switch from makeup wipes for their mascara around the eyes to like a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil, and they've actually seen an improvement in the appearance of their under eyes. So I actually do think it makes a difference, especially because of that friction. But micellar water in a cotton pad or micellar water in those like reusable pads, I think is going to have the same effect if you're using that same friction. So it's really about being gentle overall. I do think that makeup wipes have utility. Like let's say, for example, anyone who wears makeup knows this, so I'm not kind of speaking to the choir here. Let's say, for example, you know, you apply your makeup wrong and you need to spot clean like an area off. Like any other option is impractical for that, right? I mean, you could use like a spoolie or like something and soak it in like micellar water, but you can't use your cleansing balm and you can't use your cleansing oil if you mess up your makeup. So kind of spot treating to remove makeup, I think is beneficial. I will say that even, you know, my wife now pretty much exclusively uses cleansing balms. She'll still every now and then pick up a makeup wipe when she's just tired and exhausted and doesn't want to go through the whole double couple cleansing routines. So I still think that in a jam, they certainly have their utility. But to me, at this point, with all the options out there, makeup wipes, skincare you don't need and probably don't want either.
Yeah, I agree. The one thing with makeup wipes versus micellar water, though, on a pad is the preservatives and the allergens in it. Like if you get a good micellar water like Casa Rex or I like La Roche-Posay's, I think they're less likely to contain those preservative allergens like MCI, methylchloroisothiazolinone, etc. That's the only thing I think that distinguishes those two.
They have micellar water soaked makeup wipe removers.
There it is.
Yeah. So I agree. Like there are a lot of really bad makeup wipes that have really bad preservatives or allergens in them. And because these are open and they need to stay soaked for longer, they tend to have more of those allergens and preservatives in them in order to just maintain them in the packaging that they're in. So I totally agree with that.
But otherwise, makeup wipes don't particularly want to use them either.
All right, so that covers skincare you don't need. Maybe you want it, but you don't need it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, we appreciate you so much. We'll see you next time.
See you in the next video.